The Ninja Air Fryer Max XL with Max Crisp technology. That's what they call it. It's 1,750 watts, and to my knowledge, the hottest standalone air fryer on the market at 450 degrees. It says in here that I can use their Max Crisp technology, put 2 pounds of frozen wings right out of my freezer in here, and they'll be ready to eat in 25 minutes. And we're about to find out. We're also going to test some French fries because I always test air fryers with French fries. We're going to use a Max Crisp on that also. Hey, I'm John Sanders, also known as Jelly 007. Let's see what it'll do. We're going to start out with the wings, and there's 5 pounds of Tyson wings I got at Sam's. They're right out of my refrigerator, and they're solid as a rock. And they want 2 pounds of frozen chicken wings. Says it right there. Canola oil, kosher salt, black pepper. And then it wants you to preheat for 3 minutes and then cook for 24. After 12, toss them or flip them around. And then you put one of these sauces they call for here. I'm actually going to use Anchor, which is the Anchor bar, which is the original buffalo wing establishment. Now, one thing I will say is I normally, when I open up a new device, I show temps and all, and I'm going to at the end of the video. Now, you'll see right here, they're doing something, there's something different here, but that's not all. And one of the reasons I'm not doing an unboxing, this has been on the market for months. I just decided to buy it the other day. I've had my eye on it, but I just decided to buy it. So I've got it now. I'm going to show you what the temps do on the back, and it's pretty neat. And I'm going to show that in a minute. But right now, I'm going to get 2 pounds of wings weighed out, and we're going to go to this next step. So y'all hold up. There is my 2 pounds of frozen chicken wings. And as you can see, they're not small wings. I mean, they're Tyson, and Sam's quit carrying them for a while, but now they have them in a 5-pound bag. But they're huge wings. And I mean, you see what I mean? They are large wings. So I'm not going to be mad if it don't make it in the exact 25 minutes, but I'm going to be impressed if you can take a frozen wing. I normally pressure cook them. If you've watched my videos, I pressure cook them and then air fry them. It's going to be one less step and only an air fryer to do it in if this works. Going to get it preheated right now. In fact, I'll start it up right now. I'm going to press Max Crisp, which is 450 degrees. The time is set to 10. I'm going to let it go right there. I'll be back in a minute. We're going to drop those wings in. When I'll take that back. I'm going to put this oil, the salt, and the pepper on them while that's preheating. So then I'll be back. 3 minutes has passed on the preheat, although it was already warm because of the things I had done. Now, it's melted a lot of it. I think the salt that I put, the tablespoon of salt I put on the wings, melted a lot of it, so there's a lot of water in the bottom. But other than that, a tablespoon of canola oil is here, a tablespoon of salt, and a teaspoon of black pepper. So we're about to put it in, and start this thing up. They're still frozen, but it did melt some of the surface off. You can hear them. So we're going to get that stove back up, just like this. I got to wipe my hands off. And then we're going to set the time to 24. And all you have to do is just press it. And then when it gets there, I think you got to press start again. I'm not sure, but we're going to 24. We'll hit start. We're still on Max Crisp. And like I said, that salt, if you know what salt does to ice, it melted that glazing off of those wings. So we're off and running at 12 minutes. Gonna flip them around. We're coming up on the 12-minute mark, which is halfway. I think we're actually close enough, so we're gonna pull them out, let you see them. Right there they are. We're gonna shake them around like this right here. And back in they go. Another 12 minutes. We're coming up on the final of the 24 minutes. I have not peeked, so let's see what we have. Well, they look fantastic. It's kind of my nature to shake them around as soon as I open them up, but we're gonna get some temps right quick. And let's see, there's a fairly good sized wing, drumette right there, 190, 208. 203, 205. Let's check something else. There's another good sized drumette. 198. I just think those are absolutely done, and they're not over. In my opinion, they're not overdone. Wings will stand 200 degrees. They'll stand it without a problem. But obviously, you could have backed that time down. There's a flat that's 208. They look pretty good. I'm not going to lie. You can see them right there. I'm impressed. All right, there they are. And plenty warm. I'm going to pour some Anchor seasoning on them. The original Anchor bar wing sauce right out of Buffalo, New York, I think. Put the lid on. Give them a shake. And I'm going to let those sit there and steam a minute. Okay, the wings are in here, still staying warm. The 2 pounds of fries, frozen fries, are right there. It gives directions for normally doing frozen French fries. But then in a little side note right here, it says, for faster and crisper results, select Max Crisp and cook for 25 minutes, shaking twice throughout. And that is for 2 pounds of frozen French fries. So that's what we're doing. I'm using Max Crisp on it all. And we're about to see how well it does with those. It did those surprisingly well. I'm looking for the same thing with the French fries. So it's preheated for a little more than 3 minutes. The French fries are still obviously frozen. I'm gonna open it up. Now it didn't mention anything about oil. So we're not putting any oil in it. And I'll say this, and I'll try and show it in a minute. It says it'll do 3 pounds, but you know what? I'll show that. Let's get this started. But as you can see, that's a pretty good load of fries right there. Now I'm going to take this to 24 minutes, or 25 minutes, I think it was. And we're off and running there. And I'm going to get my book ready and show you. Let's move this right here. I'm going to let you see what it says it'll do on a couple of other things right quick. I'm just going to go over the basics on the box. And 450 max temp. That is pretty much the reason I bought it. A chef-created recipe book says it's got 20 recipes, and it probably does. I haven't counted them, but there's some in there. This is the other reason. I think this is a great idea for an air fryer. It makes it's similar to what you do in the Ninja Foodie Deluxe. And I don't want to do an unboxing. I'm just trying to show a couple of things. I'll let you look at that, pause it, and read it if you need to. It's ceramic coated. There's somewhere in here, there it is, 5.5 quart capacity. See if you can see that. Fits 3 pounds of fries or wings. Well, you just saw what 2 pounds look like. If you put 3 pounds, you'd be right around in there, because it was pretty dang close at 2 pounds. But anyhow, I'm not going to do the unboxing. There's plenty of them, I think, already up there. Like I said, this thing's been out a while. But there's some, like I said, pause that. Read it if you want to. I'll turn it there. You can pause that and read it that if you want to. Same thing here. Same thing here. AF 161 1750. Anyhow, let's see how these fries do. So around 7 or 8 minutes of cook time, I can smell the French fries. That sounds like a good time to shake to me. So here we go. And that's all I'm going to do right there. Back in. And then another 7 or 8 minutes, we'll shake them again. Time to shake one more time. And they're starting to brown up just a little bit, if you can see. And they sound a little crisper, if you can tell. So, back in for at least most of those 9 minutes. I'll check them with Thermopen in a little bit, but I'm not worried about them. I think they're going to be fine. Be back. Okay, so it is. I want to make sure I don't want to go too far with them. So right now, we got 2 minutes left, and you can see they're browning real well. I want to check the temp, but they're not burnt by any means. But let's check. Let's see. Let's find one that's about right there. 199, 187, 186. Well, that's because I went out the back side. We got to be carefuler than that. And that thing is hot. 204. And that is in the French fry, and I'm pretty much dead center. So you know what? I'm calling them done. Because 200 degrees is what I call a French fry being done. And those look really good. And if you can hear them, they sound good too. What they need right now is some salt. I'm going to put them in here. And by the way, the pan or the tray in the bottom, similar to what's in the vortex. You don't have a button that you press and release anything, but this one stays in a little better. The vortex will flop out when you turn it up. But either way, what we're going to do, I'm going to get some of my finishing salt on them. I'm just going to throw a little bit on there. Then I got to find the lid to that. And I'm going to shake that up, let them breathe just a minute. Then I'm going to shake that salt on them. I'm going to get a plate ready. So what is that? I think I set it at 25 in the beginning. So 23 minutes on max crisp from frozen is pretty much spot on. And then yeah, I'll load up. So just in case you're going to do all this in one air fryer, let's see what our wings are. Although right now, it'd be a perfect time. A lot of people like to crisp them up after they put the sauce on. I don't usually, but if you wanted to, this would be the time if they need reheating. But let's just see where they're at right now. This is probably, here's the largest one I see. And it has cooled off 103. So it is definitely cool enough to where it would probably need heating again. So you're going to come up with something to fix that if you're going to do fries and the wings in both units, which I would never do. I would be doing the fries in one and the wings in another. But this way tonight, we get to see how it works. I mean, I'll eat it was at 100 degrees. It doesn't bother me, but a lot of people it might. But again, you could throw those in there and crisp them up, and a lot of people like to do that with sauce. So I'm going to get these on a plate. I'm good with 100 degrees. I'll be back. Hey, I got to say, I'm sold on the Max Crisp technology. Now, I've never tried frozen wings in an air fryer, just taking a frozen wing and putting it in and just air frying it alone. I always pressure cook my frozen wings and then air fry them. And I've heard you could do it this way. I also heard they were not that good. There was nothing wrong with these. This might be my go-to for wings, frozen wings. So that's how I normally keep them. As you've heard me on my other videos, sometimes I keep 10 or at least 5 pounds of wings frozen in my freezer. And that's why I always love pressure cooking in the air fryer, because I can walk in there and get them, drop them in, pressure cook them to thaw them or whatever, and kind of cook them, and then crisp them up with the air fryer. Well, this was pretty much the identical situation. And or the end result was the French fries, I got no problem with. Now, I've done frozen fries in an air fryer many, many times, and I've eaten them. I've eaten these wings. The Anchor sauce, excellent. I mean, I normally use Frank's Red Hot. I love them both. I like them both, but I got this today at Ingles, and it is the original Anchor bar in Buffalo, or wherever it is, but it says original Anchor bar Buffalo wing sauce. It comes in a mild. If I was going to change anything, I would probably at least mix these two, because it's a little warm. But other than that, the Hidden Valley Ranch dressing, you see right there, for all of that. And then I'm using a Bold Buffalo. I don't know why I'm telling that. It's just dipping sauces, and then that's ketchup. So, but here, I'll show you how I would serve the plate, just like this. And nothing wrong with that. And I mean nothing. And from the freezer, that's what blows me away about all of this, is in 25 minutes, with the minimal hassle, shaking it at 12 minutes, you got wings that are really good. And that's a big bite. But I want to show you the inside of the wing. And I'm going to be chewing. But you can see, it's cooked to perfection. And it's not anything different than any other wing I cook in a pressure cooker or an air fryer. It's cold. Not cold, but it's cool. Because I did I did the wings first, as you saw, and then the fries. I would definitely do that different. Or I would drop those back in the basket and crisp them up like a lot of people do anyhow. Love y'all all. Thanks for watching. I don't know how other air fryers would do, but the 450 degrees is a reason I bought this device. I got a feeling I'm switching the way I do it. Y'all come back to see me. Have a good night. Bye-bye. So the unit's got to be preheated anyhow. So I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and record this part of the video where I show you the temps and give you some ideas of the discharge temps, how well it does, and all of that now. And this will be at the end of the video. So if you've hung in this far, thank you very much. And I'm going to start it up. I'm going to let it run for a little while, and then I'll show you on the back of it what we're getting. And I'm also going to show you what they're doing different. It's not just that up vent. You'll see in just a minute. So I'm going to start it up. In fact, I'll hit max crisp. You can't see that. I'm going to hit max crisp and start, which is 450 degrees. So we're going to check the deck in the bottom of that pan and see how it looks. But we're also going to watch these temps right here on the back, discharge, after a few minutes of preheating. Be back. So I'm going to show this first, which is discharge. It's been running about 6 minutes. And if you hold it right here, which really doesn't matter because they're directing it up. I mean, I guess the bottom of your counter or the bottom of your cupboard might get warm, but not really. I really don't think so. It's a really good idea, and I'm glad they're doing it. We're talking 135, 139. But quite honestly, these vents right here are discharging too. And that vent, they're splitting it up is what they're doing. But it's not a big deal. It's really not. There's no hot air. Where my hand is completely safe. Now, I'm sure they recommend, you know, I don't know what, I haven't read, 6 inches or maybe even a foot. But what I'm just trying to show you what to look for. I'm really trying to point out how much better it is than some others, and how much better it is than even their own first Ninja Foodie. It was one of the hottest things I had ever seen. They're also discharging right here, and it's mostly right here, and right here's, they're about the same here and here, but they also have air coming out a vent at the bottom. So I mean, it's not a lot. You can see 102, 105, and that's right against the outlet. I ran it the other night for an hour, for a long time. I cooked, I've got another video on it already. I just haven't got it produced yet on some, you'll be impressed. I compared it to the Vortex 6, and you'll see it before long. As soon as I get it edited, it'll be up. It might be a week or so after this one because I haven't even started on it. I just got it videoed. But my point is, what they've done with the air on the back is really good. I am impressed. Now it's been running 8 minutes, so I want to show you what the deck is, what I call the deck. It's set to 450 degrees, and there you go, 445, 440. I'm not positive you can see that, maybe you can, but it's true to the 450 degrees. Impressive, and I really like it. I think it's a great machine. I compared it to the Vortex 6 the other night. Nothing against it. I've had it for a while. I really like it. And if you watch that video, you'll see something, I'd say, pretty interesting. So I'll have that now in a little bit. But right now, I'm going to shut this down. And I'm fixing to cook the wings we're about to cook right now. But this is the end of the video. So thank y'all for watching. If I hadn't already said it already in the end of the other video. Thanks for watching. I love y'all all. Come back to see me. Bye-bye.